I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is October 22nd, Tuesday, 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So we were mentioning yesterday's video. Watch it so it makes sense. Obviously, we were talking about getting up into trying to get to that 50% break out of this 25% level that we've been stuck on. And then we did that finally. But let's go into the video. So you'll see here on the hourly chart, again, Asia with the drops, man. Fucking Asia drops all the way back. Why is it coming back down here? And as you should know by the way I scream at the video or these lectures, we're coming down to wipe out liquidity. Now we're also building it, and I understand that this looks scary to take this buy here, but at the same time, look at the daily. This shit looks crazy, but this is also, we're bullish, so we're signifying higher lows, right? But at the same speaking, that's part of the game, you know, and you can't be afraid of it as long as you understand it and practice it. But anyways, Asia comes down, brings it all the way down, all the way until pre-New York. Then we get a nice buy here. We take it all the way up. We come back up here, wiping out sellers here. And then we stop, we pause, we come back down. Why? Obviously for the reason we came up to wipe out sellers here, and then we came back down right here to wipe out the easy buyers, right? And then we break through finally, get into that 50% level there, and we're going. So we'll see. Let me see here. So there's a lot to talk about, but I'm trying to keep this simple. But as you see here, Asia again with the opening gap, just completely no up or down price action, just dropped, right? So little miniature lower lows, lower highs. We get this nice high in London. So obviously when we're buying in New York, we're trying to attack that. And we're already down here, right? So I'm not selling down here, right? We're buying. And as you see to the left here, we pretty much, this was a nice low right here that they created, because when we raided this low, this was enough for a raid. And as to find some support to then buy. If you were scared that it was going to open up and come down here, that's not in the cards, even though I understand they got these equal lows right here, and I was also a part of that issue. But same speaking, it's another higher low, so you were bullish, so you gotta go with that flow, right? But anyways, so here you can see right here we raid to the left, obviously. So we raid this liquidity here to the left, and then we raid down here with this 849. All right, time isn't the factor here. So 849, and I will be ready for a trade. So I take this trade right here. I actually take this trade. And price moves up, right? Pre-market, and then pushes down. By the time this candle, see this candle, this 908, when it was coming down hard like that, I end up getting stopped out because I had put my stop loss at 50%. And it wasn't really a loss. It was very minute points. But the thing is when it stopped here, I was looking for a divergence, because at the same speaking, and this video is gonna be fire, just so you know. But the same speaking, I had a higher low at the time with NAS. So, and you had lower lows here with Dow and S&P. Also, so instead of this, you also had these, at the time, you had higher lows here with Dow, right? So I had higher lows here with Dow, lower lows on more price action, right? So that right there signified the buy here. Where's the confirmation of the buy is there with NAS as higher lows. Okay. So that being said, this is why I got back in again. All right. I got back in again. And yes, this is not a great signal here. Higher lows here. It's not a great signal, but at the same time, I don't need it to be a divergence at the same time. I already have the divergence on the correlated assets. Here I'm using the oversold here as a general, right? And the bodies are trying to respect that 50%. I decided to get back in here again, and sure enough, it panned out. Now, if you're wondering, man, I can't do that. Okay, cool. I understand. So where would you have needed to get in then? With this 930 drop right back into this balanced U right here of price range, price action, that X marks the spot, man. So right there is definitely, and I'm sure you probably caught it, but this is definitely where you should have got in. Now, if you didn't get in here, right? Again, we're making higher lows, right? So it's fine. But when you get this shift above right here with this 934, we push up and then we come right back in. So right back in, you had areas. Now I'm gonna show the trade just because of the fact that it's again, I feel like I'm a slave to doing this, but I don't want to feel like that. But I want to do this just to help in the sense that of the logic. But as you see here, price pulls down, and I get this indecisive candle, and I push the button. So my stop loss is already. I'm not even at the low. It's a hair higher, and I'm okay with this. I'm definitely okay with this amount of risk losing. But as you see, if it goes below here, it's wrong. Like the fucking trade's wrong, right? So as you see here, we push in, then we push in again. I thought I highlighted. That's why I was going to show you the trade. I thought I highlighted this. I wanted to highlight this section right here. This candle. Man, this is how these videos get long. See this candle right here, this 906. So this was an area of support that I saw as support block right there. Let me just do this. So I wanted to see that hold, that candle, and because in there I have also this imbalance, right? And I understand I have this. So the wicks will stretch out, but the bodies, look where they're staying at. So that solves that if you had that question. Also, if you were to have dragged, let's go with it's relative, but you could do this candle right here. You could actually do the whole thing, really. These two candles here, this 928, 929, if you take a look here, when the price broke up and went back down, there's no imbalance there. So you're like, how did you catch it? Well, there is a miniature inversion right here with this 930. So if you look in between here, well, if I do that, you'll see. I know, so minute, right? But look. You see that? See how it taps in there? Well, that's the reference. But besides that, these two up candles, when we break above, we use it as support, right? Same idea what I was trying to share with this. So nice support right there. We come back down and we're holding, right? So general conversation, right? But anyways, so when I'm holding this trade, I'm holding obviously my minimum. So what do you think my minimum target is when I'm taking this trade? My minimum target is the 50% level. Not even this high. It's this 50% level with the midnight level just right there, right? But for me, I want to hold it longer because of the fact that I have this high right there in London. So we're attacking session highs and lows, right? So for this trade, and I made a good decision here by doing this. My decisions today were kind of good and kind of bad, right? So in general, but when we broke above, I was now using this area as support as well, right? Plus this inversion, this candle right here. So if you see this candle, this 828, that's dragged out. You see that? So basic support resistance, right? So you push up, you come back. I have this imbalance here, this 942 dragged out. This is containing the price, but it's going to leak a little bit lower. And sure enough, you can see that I have this 828 inversion here. It's holding beautifully to look at that 50%, right? Also this down candle, you'll also have that. There's a very high confluence area plus Y. Plus you got the gap in the background, man. Last week's gap is right there. And we're bouncing right on top of it. So that's an entry in itself too. Plus if I was to have if you went to a 5-minute, it would be a lot more cleaner to do this. But let me go to a 5-minute real quick. Eventually in the future, I got to probably do something different, man. I would like to trade live one day, but I don't know. I just got, my ADD is horrible. And those live traders, they go through fucking hell on the internet. So I don't know if I want to be a part of that. But if you take a look at that too, this last up candle, see how we bust through and then we're bouncing on it? Well, at the time, that this price action wasn't here. But for here, I'm saying when we went above and we came below. Also, you'll see on the 5-minute, you'll see an imbalance right there, which is nice. Plus, what do we have on this time for? We also, I mean, don't forget, we also have that last 25%, or I should say the first 25% of the opening range gap. So, I mean, super high confluence area here, holding as support. But this ends up getting used later, which here. So now let me go back. Try to go back to a 1 minute and then explain this. But so as you see here, we're holding here, right? So this is typical. But my logic was to obviously hold to expand above the previous day's high and get to this 50% level, like I've been talking yesterday, right? But I understand that it might not happen because we've been going sideways, right? But what is the minimum understanding? Pump, dump, right? Now, minor dump, which would be called a retracement. So pump, retracement, and then pump, right? Or buy, sell, buy, right? You understand that. So you've got to be getting better at price action from my video. I mean, there's no way we see, it's like the same shit every day on damn here, right? But here, why I'm holding here in the shot is because of, not besides this candle. I mean, listen, when we reached this liquidity here, I mean, I let it roll, right? So it kept rolling up, right? And then I was like, okay, hit that level. It retraced, it bounced on the opening gap, and then it one little push high just to take out that high. And that's generally when I'd like to get out. And I'm not holding for the closure, and I'm not holding for the daily gap, and I'm not holding for that 50% because they could reverse that shit easily. And if this week or this past 4 days of price action didn't teach you that, I mean, take the profit. I didn't need to be fucking right, and I did it. This was the best decision. This is my second best decision I made in this day, which is this. So what do? I get out, and then what I decided to do is sell from here, just to come down to here because I knew it was a breakout level, and I was gonna buy from here again because I assumed this leg was gonna be longer. So here's what I do. So here, I'm out to trade, right? And then I take the sell here. So I take the sell, and it's a very small sell. I take, and this is why I should not counter trend, because I'll sometimes try to miss the buy. But my logic here was just to sell down in here, get back into, well, you got the midnight level, which is key. And it's a little probably more important than hitting this level, the 50% level. But at the same time, it wasn't. I was just trying to retrace back, and then it dipped into this imbalance right here, and then I was trying to buy from there, and I was trying to carry it up. So me taking the profit and then re-entering here to take it up. That's what I tried to do, and it failed. So, and this is why I don't like doing that. I should have just, what I should have did for me, I wanted to have held the trade, or just stayed on the bias of still selling because it was going to be a retracement. But the way they did it was so dirty that they fucked me out. Like they got me out of the market, and it is what it is. But so anyways, I took this, right, and then I tried to buy. So I'm going to show this. So that the price action I'm talking about was right here. So I ended up getting out and then buying here. So I ended up buying here, and I tried to take it above to get into the promised land here. And sure enough, it paused. And I was like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? And then it just, by the time it went underneath this 50% level of this imbalance, so there's obviously this imbalance right here that we're working with here. And yes, it went underneath and went into this imbalance. But the bodies and everything was staying here, which was fine. This still showed me that we were like bullish and we weren't getting the tracement. And you're asking yourself, well, you want to pump in a dump, don't you? Well, yeah, but my retracement, my little dump, I was like, I'm looking for a minor dump, right? But I should have trusted myself and realized that that retracement would have been bigger, and this would have been the minor dump here, right? So I just didn't follow the game plan. Wasn't as good as I would like it to be, and it is what it is. What are you gonna do? So but sure enough, that did pan out. So what did it do? It came up, and I was like, it stopped, and I'm like, fuck. So then what it did is it broke down again, and then when it broke down, I was like, man, so maybe this was their minor retracement here. I understand what's going on. I'm not confused by any bit. I just don't know what they're gonna end up doing, right? As we all don't know. But when I saw this bounce right off of that, and that's why I got it dragged out there, I take this buy. And this was a beautiful buy. The buy went up, came up, fucking stopped right here. And I was like, come on, bro. And it was literally the same level. It's like literally the same level. Like, look at this shit. Like, look at this. This high and this high, the exact same level. So when that happened, I was like, man, come on, bro. So I had a strong feeling that now it's not going to go up, and then it's going to retrace for another leg down. And at this point, I'm like, yo, take the sell. But then I was like, my gut was like, nah, this thing's probably going to just, come in here, play around, and then just shoot up. And then when this happened, excuse me, I got to sneeze. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, when I saw this, where is it? This 1117, and it popped up, right? And I was like, oh, no, don't reject that, dude. And it just came down. So at this point, I realized I kind of messed up, but I was still holding because at this point, I got the money that I wanted to make, which is beautiful, and the trade that I wanted. But I was looking for one more good trade. So obviously, I knew that I missed the great sell from here, right? But that was tough, and this was dog shit price action. So it is what it is. But so I had to sit on my hands, is what I'm trying to tell you, and I understood that where would this retrace to? Where would this really retrace to? I knew. Let me move this to the back. Where did I know that this retracement would go to? Because I understood not just falling here because it broke out, but right here, this area here. Why? Because when we busted through and used this as support, well, this is all the lazy traders or people who are waiting for confirmation. Oh, I need a shift, right? So they plant this liquidity here. So then, and I fucking knew it. And then they ended up coming down and attacking it, which is literally right below this low. See how we tapped on that inversion on that 828 I told you about right there? See how we took that? Look to the right of the chart. Look how we come and we rate it. So first this low, this 826. So this low right here to the left of the chart, it doesn't take that out. And I'm like, nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not that, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit, right? And then I also understand that we're at this support level. I understand that, we're still at this level as well. Well, right. But I'm like, who would they really want to get? Is that guy right there, right? And whoever put their stop loss who's trailing it. So here, if you look here, we then get a divergence. And this is a raid for this low, which then gets this low. And now mission fucking accomplished, right? There's your retracement, right? So that being all said, I'm doing this just to show you how I maneuver and how I think. Again, I don't want to show trades anymore, but the reason why this is important is because this is a simple logic. Now look at the 15-minute. I mean, I'm giving you game here. I'm hoping you're appreciating this, or we're helping. But right here, these two down candles plus, because the 15-minute, look at the 1 minute shows this, but the 15-minute shows that we have an imbalance right here. I didn't draw it out because I didn't want my chart sloppy. But do you see that? You see the 15-minute right there? You see how when we came down, we dip right underneath that low right there? So that, now plus we're back at the gap. Look at the gap in the background, right? Gap in the background. I pulled the trigger here. Now, the way I got this was sick. Now, when the price rated this candle, it rated, and it was like, for some reason, it was like dead bold. It was bold bearish candle, like yellow for me, right? I got yellow candles. The candle, I pushed the button while it was literally sitting underneath or sitting down here. It was the wick of that 15-minute candle. You see this? You see the swing low right here? So I was getting in on that 15-minute candle, as you obviously know which one that is. That is the fucking the 1230. So the 1230, beautiful. That's that 15-minute candle. It was bold face. I pushed it. And you're like, bro, how do you do that? Well, while that is going on, while the price is literally dead, bold face, bearish candle, not only do I have a bullish signature here, I mean, I got a divergence. I just wiped out that important low because that was the support that people bought at. Plus we mitigate, or I'm sorry, we rebalance that imbalance, not to the fullest, but we tag in, which is a signature, and we tag that last down candle, and we have the gap in the background. But we also have, I mean, there's a lot of divergence work today, but we also have this lower low with Nas, lower low with Nas, higher low with Dow and S&P. Boom. I mean, if and this is why I put what the fuck, where is it at? This is why I put an 8 leverage here. That's why I double up right here. Why? Because what I just told you, like this is the most beautiful fucking trade I have seen in a long time. Forget all this shit down here. This right here, this is not easy to do, and I know that. So I'm proud of myself there. So again, I take losses on every attempt of what my trades are, but because I'm snipering, like, you know, like even right here, I took a loss here. Why? Because when we dipped in and they didn't take that out, they might not take it out, right? They might not take it out. That's the part that you got to understand. They might not take it out. And then I get this bodies sitting on the bottom 25% of the opening range, plus it's the 50% of that wick. All right, so I'm a sniper. This is what I do, right? But the thing is sometimes I lose. See how the bodies were sitting on that? I'm talking about this 1229 and 1228. See how we sat there? Like I took this buy. Guess what my stop loss was? Right here. It's nothing, right? But I have a risk of it rating again. And guess what? I'm not afraid of that. And that's why I get these moves that I get. Or, you know, and if you're asking, like, I don't want to trade like that. Well, don't. What do? Well, wait for confirmation then. You know, and I'm impatient, more on the more impatient side. Yes, I have patience to wait for these setups, but I'm in general impatient. I know myself, so I do what I do, right? This, you should wait for this. Will you get this? Maybe not. Maybe it would have just stopped here. I would have still bought here, though. I mean, you know, depending on how the candle is moving. If it's still moving down, then let it move down, right? But so if you didn't get in here, then you got in here, right? Because it's pulled back in, right? And for what I just explained, if you didn't get in there, then you might have got right in here. You might have, okay, I got my shift, I came above, and boom, I got in here, or I got in somewhere here, and I took it for a raid up. And that's it. That's fine. It's cool. Damn, they're moving on some bullshit right now, aren't they? Look at that. You don't say. Rejecting from the 50%. I end up, so watch this, man. So anyways, price comes back. And again, I understand where the price is. This is not like random for me, right? Look at the buys on the 15 minutes telling the story right there. Beautiful, beautiful, fucking. And then it just shut off, right? And if you didn't get in on this raid, what do? Well, you might see the raid, and that might be your model. I don't know. And then you might say, let me get rid of this. Then you might say, okay, well, this is my favorite candle right here. This fucking, what's people call it? Pin bar or whatever the fuck, or hammer, I think. This candle right here. Like when you see that, bro, I love that. I mean, that's why I took this, right? I need that in my trade. Like that has to be in my trade, and I have to and I want it to close that way, even if I got in early, right? So I'm saying all this to say this. So if this candle pushed up, this 1224 comes back into these last down candle, that's another entry. And you see in the order flow, look at the breakaway gap here. This breakaway imbalance, well, you could push it right as soon as it closes because you might be expecting that to be a breakaway imbalance where there's no mitigation inside of it, right? Or no balance inside of it, right? Because what they're rushing to wipe out the liquidity. And that's another breakaway imbalance right here. Just right here. Same story, right? So let me I'm doing too much. Then we push up and then they run. So then they run it. At this point, when I took I took the trade here and look at the trade. Where's my minimum target when I take this trade? Right there, obviously. Why? We have equal highs here. Liquidity built. Look at that. That right there. I'm taking the screenshot literally right there. This is where my minimum target was, this level. Where was my next target? These equal highs here. Remember when I was like, oh shit, they stopped on a dime right there. Remember that? So that's the next level. And after there, they're shooting fast because why? Now they're coming for here. The previous day liquidity and that Asia. Right there. Right? And the 50%. The algorithm is rushing for that 50% level as well. Now let's go back to price action. But I got out. So I got out here because not only was I mentally exhausted from this dumb shit, from me, bouncing back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't as smooth as I had liked. I got out here and guess what? I could have got back in here, but I wanted to go to lunch and I wanted to be done for the day. But so I'm on lunch and the fucking thing shoots off and I'm like, oh my God, bro. It would have been massive. This would have probably been like I don't know. I do know. It would have probably been 10, 20 some $1,000 trade, dude, right there. But anyways, because I doubled up. But I after all this bullshit, I was mentally exhausted. I need to take the trade out. So they shot up here. When they shot up here, I said, I'm gonna take this sell. And I didn't screenshot this, but I was only looking for a scalp. So I knew that once we raided this area here, right? Once we raided this area and we got to the 50%, now the 2 o'clock 4-hour candle was gonna come out, which is right here. So what did we do? We popped up. We popped up and then we took out that liquidity to the left. We're talking about the last Thursday's high. You can't see that on the screen here. Yeah, here. See that? So, see that right there? So we pushed up and I saw that and I was online. I saw that and I was like, this is going to be the wick of the 4-hour 2 o'clock candle. So we pushed up. Look at this big bold candle right here. And then these little 2, 3, it stops at its track. We have no wick right there. I'm expecting this to then inverse and just shoot down. How I caught this was simple as this. Not simple as this, but I was just very confident because not only did we raid, but at the time we also had lower highs here, right? I didn't draw it out because I didn't want it to be sloppy, so I'll just do it now. This is what I'm trying to say. So I knew that was the case. I knew that we just raided and these were really down here. So plus, what's it called? I had time on the factor. I had the 2 o'clock fucking scenario, right? So then, but here I decide to wait for more confirmation. I'm not sitting here pushing the button here. I get this down candle first. This 1406 pushes down. Then this 1407, it pushes up right here. All right, it pushes up and it tags this up candle and it doesn't seal that imbalance right there, which is good. You can see this, right? So it doesn't push it up and I'm like, no problem. I push the button on the next one, the 1408, the 208. This pushes up, stops right there. I want to see it tag it one more time. I don't even want to see it fill this imbalance. I want this to stay empty. And I'm not even using this as an inversion. I'm literally just pushing it because I have so many factors. I rated here. The other assets didn't. We have this strong bullish candle. They're all full of shit. And then I also have this overbought here, right? And sure enough, it held. And I held this where? I only took this trade. Why am I taking this trade? Let me ask you, why am I taking this sell here? Because we just busted through. When the price action's sitting up here, we didn't have any of this yellow yet. We didn't have any of that. We literally had a bold face up candle, right? Up here. Up here. So I'm taking this sell just for the simple fact of the lazy breakout traders. Where is that level? Number one level is right here. Right here. This high. Forget the yesterday's high. Yes, this is also very, very, very key. This breakout level here. But I also have this level. This is what I targeted. I literally took it from here and came back and stopped right there. And if you look, if you see me hovering, look at the 15-minute, you can see that I'm hitting at the top of that. So I literally took it out and I was like, man, this is beautiful. Took the 50 points, it was gone, done. So, but because I'm taking out the breakout traders, where's the next level after here? I told myself, I was like, bro, just hold it. I was like, no, because I double leveraged here because I knew exactly what the fuck was going on. So I double leveraged and it was great profit. I was fine with that. But I could have held it to the opening of the gap today, the daily the day gap, and then I had obviously the settlement level here, right? And then I had look on the 15-minute. Look on the 15-minute. I also have that level there that we made the high at 10 o'clock. Look to the right. Look to the right. We're there now. We did there twice. So this is what I would have liked to have held it for. Plus, look at these three candles. See that? See that? So probably Asia will come in and get some of this. See this? Wide open. Wide fucking open. So they might want to come and tag that right here. If they don't, they don't. I don't care. The point is that for taking this sell, the minimum, look at this. This is also a nice minimum area. Why? Because we busted through that high. Came right to it. Came back up. Came to the 50% again. And then broke down, took these guys out right here, and that's where we're at. So more of the divergence work, man. There's no way. I don't know. I love talking about this, but I just hate that they're long, man. I don't know. I'm tired of this. Let's see. So, but this is super fire, man. I really enjoy this. To be honest. But what else I want to say? So I talked about the higher lows here. With Dow, and then we bought here in the confirmation. Then when it came up here, that 10 o'clock, why I wanted to take that sell is because we had a higher high here with Nas, and we had lower highs here with S&P and Dow, pretty much. So I saw that, and I was like, it looks like they're going to retrace back. And that's why I did sell here, but I stopped right here, and I tried to buy it. So, nope, hey, it is what it is. And then here, we had lower highs here. Where I knew I fucked up because we had lower highs here with this level. We had lower highs there. And then we had higher highs with S&P and Dow. So I was like, that's where the sell was coming from. Then I just explained this buy right here. And then how we're pushing down right now is because I just got done telling you about this, right? About up here. Higher highs here with Nas and their lower lows. Their lower highs, I mean, here. So that's explaining that. That's why I took that sell, and I just wanted a quick scout, man. I mean, I was when I got chopped up a little bit in here, I was like, I'm getting another trade. But hey, bad habits a little bit. But the point is look at the body's sitting here at 50% of that 50% of that daily gap. So and then Nvidia also bullish. Coming into that imbalance, breakout traders, swiping them out. Are they going to come back down a little bit one more time to get down here? I don't know. And I don't care, to be honest. Dollar, steady moving up, buddy. Yeah, they're trying to, and it's moving up with gold. So totally makes market. But we'll see if we end up breaking through where we're trying to go. And then look at Dow. I told everyone that the Dow probably wants to come for this low. The previous week's low. They didn't take it out, so really suspect. Makes me think that we're going to come back down a little bit more. I don't know, but Dow would probably. And then I said, Dow would. Well, we short small day for Dow, but They popped up, and then I was wondering if that was a break. If you watched yesterday's video, you remember me saying this. But is it going to roll over here? I don't know. That's the thing. So still bullish, obviously, but we'll see what happens there. And look at this, man. Do you really want to trade Dow? Like, look at this, bro. I'd be pissed the fuck off if I was trading this. Well, aren't you pissed off if you still trade Dow? Look at this. You don't know which way it's gonna go. Don't be involved. It's not worth it. Look at the indicator. The indicator don't even know what to do. Oh my god, that's scary looking. S&P, they took out the previous day's low, and then they popped back up. So it still looks really bullish. Again, are they going to come for this low here? By them sweeping up and coming back up, that was nice, right? So that was also the divergence for us. So we didn't take out our previous day low. So see right there? That's there. That's another. Did I mark that? Oh, I didn't even mark that. No, I didn't even mark that. Yeah, I did. Didn't I? Oh yeah, that's what I also forgot to mention. Yep. So if I'm gonna move this, that was also in the cards. I guess I forgot to mark it. So that was also in the cards right there, because S&P took their lows of previous day low, and so did obviously Dow. This was other catalyst for me being safe about buying here with this shit sitting there. So I get it if you felt some type of way. I know I made this video way too long now. Excuse me, I got hiccups now. I gotta go. So it gets my breath. Fuck. So long story short here, our goal is to finish the rest of this imbalance here, and then get to that gap that we talked about. And the 5-year historical data is starting to pan out instead of the 15-year. So I don't know if that's going to really be the kicker, which it does look like this. So, and I'm saying that because it's possible that because look how many days we've been consolidating. So it's kind of like this price action here in a sense. So you see how it took 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th day it took off. So right now, Monday is probably still the low of the week. We'll see. If it does, then we're looking for Wednesday to expand out, right? And today's Tuesday. So, but we've been sitting here for 1, 2, 3, 4, damn near 5 days. But now it has moved up. So we'll see here. But if it doesn't turn out to be like the 5-year historical data, then this is going to get choppy for maybe a couple more days, because it shows like the last 5 days of the month. So this is October 22nd. Last 5 days of the month, that's where it shows that it starts to like get out of its, chop. You guys take care and God bless.